Hello and welcome to this week's Mystic Message. This week's Mystic Message, I went directly to source to channel this message. And interestingly enough, the message is all about dreams. And I feel like it's no coincidence that we just entered into Pisces season, which is my vibe. But Pisces is known as the dreamer archetype, the dream weaver, the dream understander, right? And what are dreams, right? There's the aspect of dreams that takes place when we're in an unconscious state while we're sleeping, right? And we have these dreams. You know, a large percentage of our lives is spent in that state. And yet we kind of, a lot of people dismiss it, right? A lot of times our dreams are, shadow things coming to light, our subconscious trying to speak to us to heal or to offer up messages or wisdom. Spirit can often connect with us in that way. So it's, when we're at night, and we're dreaming and we're in that state and we're off in that realm, right? A lot of times we do find ourselves kind of in the past, right? We have dreams about high school or our childhood home, right? A lot of these themes are really common, and they're all things that can be tied to the past because a lot of it is stuff that we're being asked to heal. It's that subconscious getting a chance to poke, pay attention to me. And so when we're sleeping, dreams do tend to relate pretty heavily to the past. And then in the daytime, if you are a dreamy person, right? If you're not a dreamy person, you're probably like, I don't understand this. If you are a dreamy person, you find yourself drifting off or, daydreaming. We often find ourselves in the future, right? We're thinking about what we want to create. We're thinking about the world we want to create, how we would love for, our 5 years from now to look like, or, whatever it is. When we're awake, we tend to be in the future. When we're asleep, we tend to be in the past. The message around this is, whichever relates to you, right? We want to be in the present. And because the present is where we can instantaneously transmute a lot. So if it's from the healing side of things, if we can bring that past into the now moment, if we are present and we are anchored and grounded, very important, especially for those who are dreamy or have a lot of water or Pisces placements in their chart. If you can be in presence, right? Meaning I'm grounded, I'm aware of my body, I am aware of my surroundings. I am feeling the breath flow through my body. I am feeling the earth beneath my feet, right? Things like that. Presence. If we can bring the past into the present, we don't have to psychoanalyze all that crap to heal it. It can instantly transmute. We might feel the emotions or the energies as it's releasing, but it can be easier. This is a call to make things easier. And then in the flip side, when we're thinking about the future, if we can bring that into the present moment and into the now, we can more easily manifest it and create it. The more in the present moment we are, the easier it is to create anything. Because, our mind can be wandering, but then our current energy is saying one thing, where our mind or imagination is over here. If everything can kind of find itself like back to the center, back to now, back in one place, so much more can happen quicker. Whether it's healing, manifesting, or both, because they tend to be tied, right? Here's you in the now. Here's the thing I want to create and manifest, whether for yourself or on a collective level. But then here's the wounds and traumas that are probably preventing us from manifesting this thing. And so it becomes this like overly convoluted game of bouncing around through time and space. And this is what we often do. I've done this. This is how I've navigated much of my shadow work, is I'm traveling through time and space. But this is a call, especially in this season right now, that is supporting the dreamer energy. And we're in a big transition state collectively in our world and personally. This is the time to anchor into your present and to imagine tethers, cords, ropes, some sort of connection, whatever that looks like to you, between you and this moment, you and the present, right? Ground yourself. Imagine the roots growing out of your feet. Imagine your grounding cord going into the center of the earth. Feel the air, feel the sun, feel the dirt under your feet. Hear the birds, chirping in the distance, whatever. Be in that present, and then imagine a cord or a connection to these things in the past, right? You don't have to be aware of what the dreams are. Make the intention. The dreams, the parts of me that come to life and are trying to come into the now moment when I'm in this unconscious state, I want to create this connection, this tether, so that you can tug it and bring it to the now. And same thing with our future. When we find ourselves in daydream mode or like off in la la land, like thinking about all of the future potentials, create that energetic cord. It is truly as simple as intention and visualization. So it's like ground yourself, be present, create those tethers, right? Either when you're in those states, maybe you're about to fall asleep, maybe you're in your daydream, maybe you're just in the now and you create them now. And then find yourself in the now and intentionally like tug. Like imagine you're tugging on these energetic tethers and bring all of that into the now. That is the practice. That is what we're being called to do. I tend to receive messages that are solutions and propelling us forward, not necessarily dwelling on the dumpster fire that is our current reality. And it doesn't mean it doesn't matter, but this is how we create something new. This is how, it's not disassociating, it's creating something new in a new energy, in a new way, and not feeding these lower frequencies. And so use the power of the Dreamweaver, of the Piscean energy, of our ability to imagine and dream and connect with time and space in that fluid way. That is, again, very natural for some and maybe less natural for others. And bring all of that into the now so that we can transmute rapidly. We can clear all this baggage rapidly. We can let go of all of this in an instantaneous way without having to sit in therapy for 5 years. And again, same with the manifestation. Let's bring it all into the now. Let's instantly transmute. Let's instantly create. Like the universe is supporting this. This is a message from the universe. This is not my higher self. This is not my spirit guides. This is not angels, ascended masters, spirit guides, anything. This is straight from Creator. And what does Creator want us to do? Creator wants us to remember that we're fucking creators. So let's create together. And the frequency of love through presence, through groundedness, through embodiment, right? This is embodiment. Embodiment is, I'm not just straddling the worlds and like I'm over here or I'm over here. It's bringing everything into the now. It's like suck it all into now. Be in the now. Bring it all into and exist in it. Be it, right? Don't jump over there and then come back or straddle the worlds or all of these other kind of ways that we bounce back and forth between frequencies and dimensions and states. Bring it all into the now. So be present, be grounded, create these beautiful connections and tethers, pull it in, take your power back. You remember that you are here to create and you have the ability and capacity to do it. And this is a hack that is being supported by the universe and the collective energies right now. So use it. All right. Mwah. And as always, I am hosting an event this Wednesday, I believe, a group healing event at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is pay whatever you would like. So if you would like some community, connection, support in your healing journey, it's all about the solar plexus, which was the theme for February, calling our power back, sovereignty, this whole theme, it all goes together. And if you want your intuitive card pull that comes every week with this message, go to fringespirit.com and sign up for the newsletter and you'll get your card pull. And so you get your own specific divine message every single week. Mwah. Have a lovely week.